Rio. That Rio Ungamoa performance in the first half. Absolute cinema. Absolute cinema. What a performance. What a performance from Rio Ungamoa. This guy will be generational. He will feed generations. He will be a world-class player. He will be a world-class winger. England, you have your left winger for the next 10 plus years. England, you should consider taking Rio Ungamoa to the World Cup. If you want a winger that can change the game, beat his man 1v1, a winger with end product, a winger that can create magic, Rio Ungamoa, take a bow. Mo Salah rolling back the years as well. Liverpool 2, Fulham 0. And overall, I would say the game was even. I think 2-0. I think it flatters us, but at the same time, I think we did enough to win. I think Fulham had their moments, and on another day, Fulham could have maybe punished us. They could have made us drop points. As you can see, they had 19 shots. They had 1.07 expected goals. They had 2 big chances. So, as you can see, Fulham, they were in the game. But I think in the first half, we played well enough to the point where those 2 big chances we had with Salah, with Ungamoa, the chances we created in the first half, I think it did us the job. It made us do the job. It was enough for us to get the win. And of course, it's massive for getting us to qualify for Champions League football, because of course in the Premier League, 5 slots are allocated to qualify for the Champions League. So obviously to qualify for the Champions League, we just have to keep on winning as many games as possible, trying not to drop points, and of course hoping that those around us can drop points as well. But if we can continue to win, then I think we put ourselves in a very, very good position to qualify for Champions League football. And I do think we can and we will qualify for Champions League football, despite the fact that we've been inconsistent this season, because of the fact that Chelsea haven't been good at all this season. They've been inconsistent. They have issues. They have flaws, just like us. And of course, Chelsea have a weaker squad than us. So, and Isak is coming back. We have players. So really and truly, I think we should be qualifying for Champions League. Of course, qualifying for Champions League, we know how important it is in terms of buying players, in terms of having money to spend on further investing in areas of the squad, of the club, which we wouldn't be able to do if we're playing in the Europa League, for example. But I think you look at the players and the person that stands out, Rio Ungamoa, bro, Rio Ungamoa, this guy, like a winger that can beat his man 1v1, a winger that is ambidextrous, a winger that can go down the line, a winger that can create separation with step overs, a winger, Rio. The only thing he has to improve for me is just his work rate off the ball, his intensity, so that he can be like a pressing demon, a pressing weapon, like a Kvaratskhelia, that type of player. Also, I think with Rio, maybe he can further improve his end product, but obviously with age, that will grow. He will grow as a player with age. His tactical IQ, his footballing IQ will grow as he gets older. But overall, Rio is what we've been missing this season. A winger that can point his man 1v1, a winger that can cause problems, a winger that can cause problems for the fullback. This is what we've been missing. 2 chances created, 1 big chance created. As you can see, he only completed 1 out of 2 dribbles, but I think when you look at the passes into the final third, you look at the decision making, you look at how many touches he had in the opposition box, 10 touches. Even though he didn't necessarily create a lot of dribbles today, he still had Castagna on ropes. He still caused Castagna issues. And that's the thing that I really like about Rio Ngamoa, he's not just one of those players where he'll just dribble for the sake of dribbling. When it's time to pass the ball, he'll pass the ball. And whenever he makes a dribble, whenever he tries to dribble, it's always usually the right type of dribble. It's the right type of dribble. It's the right type of situation for him to be dribbling. That's why you can see here, even though he may not have that many dribbles, if you actually watch the game, you would know how influential he was to us going forward in the first half. Even the chance for Salah's goal, even the goal that Salah scored, it starts from him playing the ball into Gakpo, who puts a nice layoff. By the way, Gakpo was really good today. A lot of people have an agenda. For me, I feel like people have an agenda against Gakpo. People don't like Gakpo. But Gakpo today, his work rate, his presence in the final third, his overall presence in the game was really good. I think when Isak came on, though, he should have passed to Isak a couple of times. But Gakpo was good. But speaking on Rio Ngamoa, his presence on the pitch, he makes defenders scared. He makes fullbacks scared. Literally, he will be generational. He will be a game changer. Like, 8.1 doesn't do him justice. Rio Ngamoa today, absolute perfection. Absolute perfection. I think, like I said, Gakpo was good today. He got an assist. He worked hard off the ball. You know, he missed a big chance. That's the thing with Gakpo. He wasn't really clinical today. But I still think with Gakpo, he's that kind of player where, as you can see, defensively, he'll contribute defensively. When he's playing up front as a striker, he's able to drop deep, link play. And that's why he got the assist for Salah. Because the thing is with Gakpo, he's not like a Rio where if he's on the wing, he'll beat his man 1v1. Gakpo, if he's playing on the left, he's more inclined to make runs in behind. Sometimes he can go down the line. Like there was a moment where he went down the line. He did well to go down the line, put in a cross, but nobody was there. But with Gakpo, in comparison to Rio, he's not the type that's gonna really point his man and beat his man with step overs. But when he plays up front as a false nine, he can drop deep, he can link play because he's got a very good first touch. He's got a very good pass on him, Cody Gakpo. So I think with Gakpo, he's that kind of player where even if he doesn't start every game, even if he doesn't play as a winger, even if he doesn't play as a winger in every single game, I still think Gakpo, has an important role to play in the team. I still think he has a very important role to play in the team, especially when we need something different up front. Maybe we need somebody that can hold the ball. Gakpo is very good at holding the ball, protecting the ball. Also, when we have somebody in the box, we can put crosses in. Gakpo is a very good header of the ball. So I think with Gakpo, even though I would have liked Ekitike to play today, I think resting him for PSG is a good move by Slot. Because, of course, for that PSG game, we're going to need Isak, Ekitike. We're going to need all our players to be on form. And overall, I think today the players, they did themselves justice. You know, I think every player, was decent today. Mo Salah running down the wing. Mo Salah. Let me tell you guys something about Mo Salah. Form is temporary, class is permanent. Mo Salah today showed why he's been the best player in the Premier League, one of the best players in the world for the past 9-10 plus years today. Mo Salah showed today why he's the greatest right winger in Premier League history, and nobody comes close in my opinion. Mo Salah today showcased why, despite the fact that he may not be the most aesthetically pleasing winger on the eye, the end product, when he's on it, you cannot stop him. Some of the touches, some of the passes, some of the dummies, some of the Mo Salah today, bro, they said my goat is washed, bro, Mo Salah today, rolling back the years, bro. Look at his heat map. Literally, constantly a threat on the right wing. Constantly a threat. And even though I would like Salah to be closer to goal, like closer to the 6 yard box area, because that's where he's at his most dangerous, when he's on the wing, he's still got the ability, even though he doesn't have the ability to beat his man 1v1, Salah is still an elite passer. He's an elite playmaker. When, like, there was a moment in the second half where he played a through pass on the counter for Gakpo, but then Gakpo ended up getting his shot blocked, even though I think Gakpo should have passed to Isak in that situation. And he played that pass with his right foot, by the way. Salah today, literally, bro, Salah today, he was really, really good today. He was really, really good today. He had the chance in the first half where Leno made a really good save. And his presence today, like, he was involved. He was involved today. He was involved, even defensively. 4 tackles, you know. And that's the thing, like I said with Salah. 3, he didn't complete his dribbles today, but the chances created, the passes into the final third, the presence. If you actually watched Salah today, you would actually understand why replacing him is going to be a tall ask for us to do this summer. Literally, no matter who comes in, like, Salah's presence will forever remain unmatched. Literally. When Salah is on it, we see performances like we do today. And I think it was a good performance from Szoboszlai as well. Covered a lot of ground, as you can see here. He was everywhere, as he's been all season. He was good in the sense that his passing today was good. I think some of the passes he was playing, some of the switches of play he was playing, I think his ball carrying as well. I think with Szoboszlai, I feel like playing him in a deeper role gets the best out of his long passing, his ability to switch play, and even his ability to play through the lines has really improved this season. My only thing with Szoboszlai is he's not the most press-resistant player. He's not like a Havenberg, he's not like a Jones where he's going to be press-resistant, he's going to turn out of pressure. So I think with Szoboszlai, if he's playing in a deeper role, we have to make sure he has players around him that he can bounce the ball into, rather than being like a Frankie de Jong type of player where he's going to turn and carry the ball like that. But I think Szoboszlai was really, really good today. He covered a lot of ground, as he always does. Defensively, he contributed a lot. Like, defensively, 15 defensive contributions. Like, literally, he was fantastic defensively today. Literally, he was fantastic. I think Florian was also good today in moments. I don't think he was sensational today, but I think in moments he was good. I think he created chances, as he always does. He played really nice passes. He created a big chance. I actually can't remember what chance he created. I actually can't remember what big chances he created. I can't remember the chance, but that's what you're gonna get from Florian. He's a risk taker. You know, like, he's a risk taker. I think he's created the second or third most chances in the Premier League out of any player this season. Like, he's almost at Bruno Fernandes's level, I believe, in terms of that statistic. So that's what I really like about Florian. Even though his presence wasn't really felt today, like, you know, I still feel like the chances he creates, he is so important to this team. He is our hub of creativity. Every ounce of creativity comes through him. It comes through him. So I think it was a really good performance from him today. Of course, he got the assist for Ngumoa's goal, and his interplay with Ngumoa, with players around him, is good. You can see he's growing into the shirt. You can see that he's getting acclimatized to the physicality of the Premier League. He's even shrugging players off. There was a moment, I think in the first or second half, where there were 2-3 Fulham players around him, and he manages to just, like, go through them and then have the referee play advantage. So it was a good performance from Florian today. Even though he wasn't as good as a Rio or as a Salah, I still think he was really good today. Frimpong was really good in the first half. He was probably our best player next to Rio next to Salah in the first half. He was literally creating chances. He was creating chances. Literally, his crosses, like even for Gakpo had that moment in the second half where the ball, it lands in his mid-drift area. Like Frimpong today, his energy, his crossing, Frimpong, he's a breath of he's a breath of life. He's a breath of fresh air. Frimpong, his energy, his dynamism. Like we really need to keep him fit until the end of the season, because I feel like next season you have Ekatike Isak in the box. You have Frimpong putting in crosses in the box. It's end game. It's end game. Frimpong, he was really good for us, especially in the first half. One of our best players in the first half, created many chances. So really, really good. Mama Dashvili, he was good today as well. I think his distribution needs to improve. I think that's my only issue with Mamadashvili at the moment. I think when it comes to claiming crosses, when it comes to making saves, when it comes to sweeping, I think he's done a good job. I think maybe at times his positioning can be a bit better in terms of how he positions himself in his goal. But I think he makes really good saves. Like in the second half, he made a big save from Oscar Bob. He is growing, he's growing. And as he gains more clean sheets, as he gets used to playing with his teammates, he will grow in confidence, and even his ability on the ball will improve. I think also the chemistry is not fully there because the players always play the passes to his right foot even though he's left footed. Kind of like the players are just used to playing with Addison, who is right footed, like a muscle memory type of thing. Chemistry. These are some of the things that you don't actually like. These are some of the things that us as fans, we don't actually like. Some of us don't see, like when a player is used to playing with somebody like his brother, like he's gonna play in a certain way with him, even like he's gonna play in the same way he plays with that player in that position, even if another player is there, just because he's so used to playing with that one player. And I think with Mamadashvili, as we become more used to playing with him, I think his performances will grow and grow and grow. And he's only 25, which is really young for a goalkeeper. For a goalkeeper, that is very young, because goalkeepers usually hit their primes between like 28, 29, 30. We see Manuel Neuer, we see Buffon, we see all these guys playing in their 40s, playing until their 40s. So with Mamadashvili, I think he's a good player for us to keep. I still think we need to sign a goalkeeper when Alisson leaves, somebody that can compete with Mamadashvili, somebody that's a bit better on the ball. But I think with Mamadashvili, he had a good performance today. He kept a clean sheet. He made saves. So you can't really complain there. I think the centre backs today, they covered themselves well. I think they covered themselves in high esteem and high regard today. I don't think they were sensational, but I think they didn't make any mistakes. They didn't make any crazy mistakes. I think defensively, in terms of positioning though, I would say at times both of them were caught out of position at times. Like the Smith Rowe chance, I feel like Konate should have been there to deal with him. With Van Dijk, I think with Van Dijk, he was a bit better. He made crucial interceptions. So, but I think overall, the whole team today, I think it's a step in the right direction. It's a step in the right direction. Robbo, he wasn't spectacular today, but in terms of his work rate, his commitment, it's second to none, as it's always been. He will leave as a legend forever ever a legend. And I think overall, it's a step in the right direction. It's a result that's a step in the right direction. It's a result that is massive for us getting Champions League football. And I genuinely think if we can just keep winning, even if the performances aren't great, I think if we just keep winning matches, keep gaining points, I think we will qualify, because Chelsea are not really that great right now. We have a better squad than them. So I definitely believe that we will qualify Champions League. I think it's just a case of being consistent, obviously ironing out certain weaknesses in our game, but it's a step in the right direction, massive step in the right direction, and of course, the big one on Tuesday awaits us.